Over the past 30 years, the CCP has woven a real estate Ponzi scheme that has led the Chinese to believe that home prices will never fall. However, as China's economy continues to deteriorate, the once booming real estate market is now in a state of mourning. And people who once rushed to buy houses are now facing the dilemma of having to sell their homes to stop the bleeding. I just came here to close a deal the day before yesterday. I sold my apartment for 1.16 million. It was located in the core area of Bao'an Central District in Shenzhen and sold for just over $800,000. I lost a total of $553,000. In the end, I only got back the cash for the condo, $9,671. The monthly mortgage payment of $8,290 is really suffocating me. I came here today and prepared to lose over $1 million because I opened my eyes in the morning each day, realizing I can't make more than $276 for the day. So stressful. Moreover, this apartment has a leverage of 3 times the amount owed to the bank, and my apartment price is also falling by 3 times every day. The property's value is not just dropping by a few $100s each day. By this falling speed, I feel it may drop by at least $2,000 daily. Now I have to pay the monthly mortgage and I can't even make $276 a day. It will soon become a negative asset if I don't sell the apartment. After selling it, I will have to pay back $100,000 to $400,000 to the bank. I feel that I will never be able to recover. Fortunately, if I sell this apartment today, I can pay the bank $69,000 and everything will be clear. I can sleep well then. All the hard work over the years has gone to waste. The down payment is gone and all the monthly payments are gone. I still have to pay back $69,000 to the bank to end this story. No other choice. I have made up my mind to do this. The Communist Party of China implements a strict household registration system. In China's first-tier cities, outsiders usually need to make extra efforts to get some of the same treatment as locals. For example, in some cities, outsiders have to buy property before their children can go to school in the city. Therefore, this Shenzhen man shed in tears afterward. An apartment worth 1.16 million was sold, and I only get the cash of $9,671. I couldn't face my parents. A family of 6 worked so hard for so many years to buy an apartment in Shenzhen, but we lost more than $400,000. All my efforts over the years have been in vain. I have property in the city, and my child can't go to school in the city. My wife wants to divorce me because of this. Xiamen City, Fujian Province, is an important central city on China's southeast coast and one of China's 4 earliest special economic zones open to the outside world. Today, housing prices in Xiamen continue to fall. How much has the price of a condo worth more than $300,000 dropped now? On May 1st, 2017, we spent $304,000 to buy a 100 square meter condo in Xiamen at a price of $3,040 per square meter. The down payment was $83,000, which exhausted my parents' savings. With $220,000 left, we took out a 30-year commercial loan with an interest rate of 4.1 and a monthly payment of more than $800. At that time, I was considering buying a small 3-bedroom condo which would be suitable for my parents to live in during their retirement years, and I could wait for the condo to increase its value. This condo type was particularly popular at the time. Who would have thought that just 2 years later, a 120 square meter condo in the same community is listed for only around $170,000. In 2020, the owner emptied out his entire family's savings and spent $1.63 million to buy an apartment in New Scenery International Bund. But now the housing prices have plummeted and the market value of the apartment is only $967,000. The agent said that the price has to be reduced by another $69,081 before someone will take it. There is a bank loan of $1.147 million. The monthly mortgage payment is about $4,974. The owner has been paying interest for nearly 3 or 4 years and the total payment is about $180,000. The down payment plus taxes and fees of more than $700,000 have been wasted. Now the apartment has been sold and the bank has to be paid nearly $250,000. So a total loss of about $1.105 million. The helpless owner said that if the bank does not lower the interest rate to below 2.5, he will have no choice but to let the bank take and auction it off.
只能让银行把房子收去做法拍。
Now China's housing prices have plummeted to a level that homeowners can't even imagine. The price of my condo in Yanjiao dropped from 6,217 per square meter. The other day, I saw a condo being auctioned and it was selling for around 700 per square meter. Only 10% of the original price. The condo is in our Bright Moon community. I really couldn't have imagined it. I've been living in Beijing for so long, but I really couldn't have imagined it. We have to sell everything we have. It's not easy. Do you think we can just easily buy an apartment worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? The price of an apartment over $4,000 per square meter has dropped to less than $1,000 per square meter. I just went to the agency and saw that the price has dropped to over $1,100 per square meter. The agent even asked me if I was still selling it. He also told me that if I don't sell the apartment now, the price will drop even more later. I feel like my property is going to be a hot potato. I bought it for $177,000 in 2019. It's 5 years old, I've never lived in it for a day, and it's fully furnished. Now the price has dropped to 40% off. If this condition had been put in place a few years ago, I would have estimated that if the property was listed in the morning, the transaction would have been completed in the afternoon. It has been on the market for several months now, and the asking prices are all very steep: $90,000, $83,000, and $76,000. Are house prices so worthless? There is no way to cover the remaining mortgage. What should I do? It's impossible to sell it. The main thing is, how can I pay the bank loan while selling it at this price? My loan of more than $110,000 is still there, but the agent kept persuading me that the condo was worth the current price. What he said really made me more anxious. My condo was worth $1.382 million at its peak, but now it's been cut in half to only $690,000. Many people didn't believe it at the time, but I want to tell you that this is the cruel reality of the current Shenzhen real estate market. There are even more jaw-dropping housing prices in Shenzhen. Can you believe it? Now you can buy a 3-bedroom apartment for nearly $250,000. Hearing this price, many people probably think it's a fantasy. This is what happened to a female property owner in Hefei City, Anhui Province. I have a 150 square meter apartment in a good neighborhood, good location, good school district, fully furnished, ready to move in. The listing price is $414,000 and it's been on the market for nearly 3 years. The price dropped from $414,000 until last month when it became $276,000, and this month it became nearly $250,000, and no one has shown interest in it so far. At first, some people went to take a look and then came to bargain. At first, someone bargained it down to $345,000, but I didn't accept. Now think about it, wasn't I just that idiot? The lady was offered $180,000 by a young couple. She felt speechless. Although the agent persuaded her that the house price would still fall, she decided she would not sell it. This is a community in Nanchang City, Jiangxi Province, where housing prices have fallen sharply. This is definitely one of the communities in Nanchang with the largest price drop, from more than $1,500 per square meter to more than $400 per square meter, a drop of nearly $1,100 per square meter. Adding the interest over the years, most homeowners will suffer losses of more than $138,000. In 2019, I bought a 110 square meter condo in this community. The total price was about $170,000. Now the price has dropped to $690 per square meter, and some are even sold at $410 per square meter. Of course, some of the floors of this building are not good. The occupancy rate of the buildings here is really low, and they are basically all high-rise buildings. How much loss will a condo be? One square fell by $967. For a condo of 100 square meters, the price drop is nearly $90,000. Let's calculate the mortgage. Based on a loan of $110,000, the monthly payment is about $553. Now the interest rate has dropped. The monthly payment is still more than $480. The mortgage payment is nearly $40,000 and the interest is as high as $30,000. So the loss on a condo is $127,000. Add to that the cost of the loan, property certificate, and other expenses, including deed tax and maintenance fund, and the loss would be nearly 130,000. You really don't know until you calculate it. Once you calculate it, you will be shocked. Even in Shanghai, which was once considered the richest city in China, many people choose to sell their homes after housing prices plummeted. It's incredible. Overnight, the whole of Shanghai is selling houses. 9 out of 10 were listed for sale. No one will ask you where you bought the property now, right? They will only ask you, have you sold your condo? It seems like owning real estate has become a joke. There are more than 160,000 condos listed in Shanghai, and hundreds of new homes are added every day. For owners who really want to sell their condos, to be honest, the prices have been falling again and again. But condos are still not selling, and the inventory is increasing. If it were a few years ago, who would have dared to imagine such a scene? Homeowner, please don't be stubborn. If you really want to sell your property, sell it as soon as possible. In the past, when China's economy was relatively stable, people had stable incomes and could afford monthly mortgage payments. But with the economic deterioration and the onset of unemployment, monthly mortgage payments have become a heavy burden. Many people in Shanghai are struggling to make ends meet and can't even take out $400 to $700 in cash. This is a real thing that happened to me. I am doing a loan business in Shanghai. I have a client whose mortgage has been overdue 3 times. His monthly payment is now about $400, and several of his credit cards are always overdue. On the phone, he kept complaining to me. He said that the calls he received every day were collection calls. Now, no matter who called, he thought they were asking for money, and he is about to collapse. He told me that he doesn't even have $276 in hand now, and that he has to pay the mortgage at the end of the month. He doesn't know what to do and feels very confused. You said a grown man cried to me on the phone for more than 10 minutes. Some people who were once glamorous and successful have become penniless in this economic downturn. My company went bankrupt, my living space is pledged, and my family broke up. Now I really have nothing. I was born in 1988. I am 37 years old this year. I am not married and I have no children. I used to be glamorous, but later I became a debtor despised by everyone. I am in debt of more than $90,000. I worked hard for many years to go to college from my small county town, and my parents also tried their best to give me the best life. I tried my best to take every step carefully, but I always felt I could make a lot of money, so I borrowed money to open a physical store. From the time I was born to the age of 33, I never thought I would start a business. But I didn't expect that one day, because of this try, I not only lost all my savings, but also owed more than $90,000. At this time, I called my mother and I couldn't hide it anymore. My mother took out $16,600 that she had saved through her life of frugality and asked me to pay off part of it first. She said she would go to work and we would pay off the rest of the debt together. Many people with relatively strong financial resources in Beijing and Shanghai, unable to bear the overcompetition in their industries due to the economic downturn, have chosen to immigrate. Unable to bear the excessive competition, people from Beijing and Shanghai have collectively emigrated, and more than 600,000 people have left. Unable to tolerate the burnout and development bottlenecks, people in Beijing and Shanghai are collectively applying for immigration. While Chinese people are enduring a wave of layoffs and unemployment, they also have to pay their mortgages. Some people can't afford to pay their mortgages and have chosen to stop paying. This is what happened to a homeowner in Hangzhou City. Today is the first day that I stopped paying my mortgage. The bank sent me a message saying that according to the management regulations of the credit reporting industry, my credit rating may be affected if I do not pay off my mortgage. This is the first time I have received such a message in the 11 years since the mortgage began. There has never been a payment suspension before. In fact, from 2021 to 2024, like most homebuyers, I had a hard time due to falling house prices, investment failures, and unemployment and other reasons. If my apartment cannot be sold immediately, not only can I not get the cash, but it may also result in property loss and damage to my credit. Here, I would like to remind everyone that you must act within your means when buying homes.
在购房的时候一定要量力而行。
Some lower class people have trouble getting enough food and clothing.
这是干嘛的？
What are you doing here? Collect the garbage.
吃破烂啊！
Collect the garbage?
我说
I said I would fine you 70 cents.
我没有
I don't have any money.
这垃圾箱。
I own this trash can and I'll fine you 70 cents. I don't even have 14 cents.
你这是怎么吃的？
What do you usually eat? Check the garbage can and find something to eat.
捡着吃。
You eat such foods? You eat what's in the can? How dare you eat this?
我都吃走了。
What can I get to eat? I collect the garbage and sold it for 40 to 70 cents.
30块15块钱。
那你怎么生活？
How do you live then? I just collect the garbage and find something to eat for them.
全是捡
So
着吃。
you live by eating this? In the traditional Chinese concept, people in their 70s and 80s should be enjoying the happiness of family life, let alone living by collecting the garbage. The old lady in the video makes a living by picking up food from the trash can. This is not an isolated phenomenon. In Chinese cities, some people do have to survive by picking up food from garbage cans. This is also a huge irony to the CCP's "the economy of China is bright" theory. Those who are burdened with heavy mortgage loans are mostly elites in the city. They used to have stable jobs and high salaries which enabled them to buy houses based on their own financial strength. After they invested all their family's hopes and savings in inflated housing prices, what they wait for is a sharp drop in housing prices. At the same time, these elites in various industries are also facing the harsh reality of salary cuts or layoffs, etc. During this process, although the CCP has been calling for stabilizing the real estate market and introducing a series of so-called policies to save the housing market, these empty words cannot resist the skyrocketing decline in housing prices, and can only make those Chinese who once had illusions about the CCP become increasingly sober. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.